This is the new DT Watch 11 Pro, the latest 46mm smartwatch by DT number 1. It's an upgraded model of the DT Watch 10, and in this video we're gonna be putting it to test to see if it is worth purchasing or not. But before we start, if you are new here, a subscribe to the channel will be highly appreciated. It comes in 46mm size and uses a frosted frame. The body takes the inspiration from the Apple Watch Series 11. If you use the Apple Watch case on it, this time it perfectly fits it. All of the speaker holes and the buttons are on the same location as the Apple Watch. We get two straps inside the box, and even if you use the straps specifically sold for the Apple Watch, they also perfectly fit the smartwatch, which means you can use any straps sold online for the Apple Watch and the smartwatch will be compatible with them. And here's how the smartwatch looks on the wrist with different styles of straps. Which one is your style? Let me know in the comments. And if you would like to get this titanium millionaire's loop, you can find its purchase link given in the description box below. Let me make it clear, the smartwatch is not waterproof and should not be used directly in water, while it can handle the normal water splashes during rain and hand washing. On the top we get a 2.06 inches AMOLED display, and the colors as well as the smoothness of the smartwatch is really good. Then here's a look at the bezel size. It has very thin bezels, which naturally leads to a bigger display. The maximum brightness level is also really good, and the display will be clearly visible in the daylight. To take full advantage of the AMOLED display, we also get the always on display option, which can stay on for the whole day or until the battery runs out. We get multiple screen of dial styles. You can go to display and scroll down to either clock, and here choose from different pointer as well as digital clock screen of dial styles. My favorite one is this one because it shows a lot of information. The brightness of the screen of dial is fine in normal daylight but struggles a bit when the sunlight is directly hitting the display. If you talk about the normal screen time, then it kind of has the always on display option. We get the timeout off option here, which means the display will stay on until you manually decide to turn it off. The raise to wake gesture will be disabled while using the timeout off option, and you can turn off the display only by using the palm gesture. So if you want, you can keep the display turned on the watch faces too, just like the original Apple Watch and also the Hello Watches. It supports many gestures. You can use the palm gesture to turn off the display and use the raise to wake or the double tap gesture to turn on the display. We also get a lot of watch faces in the smartwatch, and when it comes to the quantity of watch faces, there is almost no limit. I have been able to install more than 50 to 60 watch faces in the DT smartwatches because of a bigger storage capacity. Although one thing that I would like to say is that even in their latest models, they are using most of the old watch faces. While in my opinion, for the DT Watch 11 Pro and DT Ultra 4 Pro, they should have added the latest watchOS 26 watch faces. There is also no customization option given for the watch faces like the watchOS. Most of the watch faces were already available in the older models too. The only new watch faces that I noticed includes this one, and if we swipe, then these 5 are also new watch faces. We also get the built-in dial market inside it, but even the dial market has all of the old watch faces, and I would have appreciated if they added the new watch faces for the latest models. Although one thing that I appreciate about the dial market is that it is offline and you do not need to use network sharing in order to install these watch faces. It works with the Wear Pro application, which contains ads, which is a big downside in this application. And after that, here is the dial market. So at first glance, you will really like that it contains the new watchOS 26 watch faces. But now let me mess with your mind. These watch faces are not free, they are paid, which is highly disappointing because even after buying their latest model, you will have to pay for the latest watch faces. Even though the VIP version is not too pricey, it's only $6 for 1 year, but still it doesn't make sense to me. One good thing is that if you purchase the DT Watch 11 Pro from the link given in the description box below, you will get the Wear Pro monthly membership for absolutely free. Talking about the custom watch faces, it supports picture as well as video watch faces, which will work like these watch faces. Overall UI also takes the inspiration from the Apple Watch. We have the widgets page from bottom to top, then we get the notification center. You can access the control center by clicking the side key and double click the crown key to access the app history. After that, we also have the vertical cellular menu style, and you can scroll all the way down to access the list view. The scrolling is really smooth and the transitions are also quite good, but they are not exactly similar like the Apple Watch, because as I mentioned that it's not an exact replica of the Apple Watch, and it just takes the inspiration from the Apple Watch. Since it's also labeled as a sports smartwatch, let's talk about the sport modes. Unfortunately, it does not come with GPS inside it, which is a big thing missing in my opinion in the smartwatches these days, as this is one of the reasons why you need to carry your smartphone. You will have to carry your smartphone if you want to track the path, because the smartwatches which do not come with GPS cannot show you your GPS path. You can tap here if you want to customize the targets, and other than that, if we start the sport modes, it shows all of the important metrics during the workout, and you can also control a media playing on the device or listen to the song stored on the smartwatch while using the sports mode. I also carried out the pedometer test to see if it can be trusted to count the steps throughout the day or not, so let's head over to the results. While testing the pedometer, instead of testing the sports mode, I go with the regular pedometer application to see if the smartwatch can be trusted to count the steps throughout the day or not. It's because in regular routine, you will be going downstairs, going upstairs, and you won't always be walking in a straight path. So before I started the pedometer test, it was showing 168 steps, which means it has counted 913 steps. I also took my iPhone with me, which was previously showing 728 steps. Now let's open the health application. So now it is showing 2059 steps and it has counted 1331 steps, 400 more than the DT Watch 11 Pro, which is quite disappointing. In a test of 1300 steps, there are 400 less steps counted by the DT Watch 11 Pro, which equals to around 30 to 35%. It is really disappointing, and in my opinion, it is one of the downsides of the latest DT Watch 11 Pro and the DT Ultra 4 Pro, that they cannot be trusted to count the steps throughout the day. To stay one step ahead of weather, we also get the weather application in it, and you can take a look at the weather right now, the high and lows, and also the weather for the upcoming days. It also shows a lot of information, and even though a lot of people report that it fails to show the weather data if you do not open the application for some time, but there have been times when I haven't even touched my smartphone for 5 to 6 hours and the smartwatch continued to show the weather data, and the smartwatch continued to show the weather data for me. We also get the compass application. Although I'm not sure if I do not know how to calibrate the compass, but it does not show the correct values for me. The smartwatch also comes with many health related applications. We have the mindfulness or breath training. It has different modes and you can also customize the time in them. Talking about the sleep tracker, I've tested it for 2 nights. While using the do not disturb mode, it did record the sleep data, and last night it even recorded the awake time, and I actually woke up for around 10 to 15 minutes last night and it has recorded that. But when I tested it without the do not disturb mode, it failed to record any sleep data for me. One thing is quite confusing, I don't know why, but here it keeps showing the date of next month. For example, today is October the 5th and it is showing November the 5th, and just like this, yesterday it was showing November the 4th here. Then we also get the heart rate and the blood oxygen level checker inside it. I did the Oximeter test pre-workout as well as the post-workout, so let's head over to that. So let's take our first reading pre-workout. Currently it is showing 81 beats per minute, and here is the heart rate checker. So currently the smartwatch, which was already measuring my heartbeat, is also showing similar values, which is quite good to see. I'm gonna remove the oximeter, exit the heart rate application, and now let's wear the oximeter once again, and let's turn on the heart rate measurement on the smartwatch as well. And once again, as you can see, both of the devices are showing similar values. While doing the heart rate measurement, make sure that the smartwatch is at a 2-finger distance from your wrist bone, and make sure it's not too tight or loose, and it just fits perfectly on the wrist. So the smartwatch has passed the oximeter test on rest. Now I'm gonna do some exercise to see if it can still show correct values or not. So I'm back after doing a little exercise. Let's test out the heart rate checker. So the oximeter is showing 134 beats per minute, and the smartwatch is also showing similar values. I'm gonna remove the oximeter, exit the heart rate application. Now my heartbeat is coming to normal values, and you can see both of the devices are again showing similar values, and the smartwatch has passed my oximeter test even after workout. After that, the smartwatch also comes with a period tracking option for the females, and since a lot of you ask, yes, the smartwatch can connect with Apple Health or the default health application, but it cannot connect with Strava. The smartwatch can do a lot more. For example, using the Wear Pro application, you can receive the incoming call notifications, and not just that, using Bluetooth calling you can even receive calls directly on it. And as you can see here, it even shows the name of the caller without syncing the contacts. Another good option here is that by tapping here, you can switch the call to the smartphone, and by tapping here again, you can switch it back to the smartwatch. We also get SMS as well as app notifications here, and we have the others option here, which means even if an application isn't listed here, it can still show the notifications for it. And when you receive a new notification, it wakes up the display and shows a banner prompt. Unfortunately, the DT Watch 11 Pro still does not support emojis, which is a big disappointment. And here's how the notification center looks like. While talking about the notifications, I would like to talk about the App Store and the network sharing option. The smartwatch supports network sharing, by which you can share your smartphone's internet connection with the smartwatch and install some smart applications like Google Maps, Translate, and WhatsApp. Although this feature is forwarded from the DT Ultra 3 Pro, it is quite disappointing to see that it supports only 3 applications, whereas you might be seeing more applications given right here. But the good thing is that these applications are working absolutely well in it. Here we have the WhatsApp application, so it only works for WhatsApp and not for the WhatsApp business application. So when you receive a notification on the WhatsApp, it will show up in this application, and it also supports emojis, actually some of the emojis. And here we have the reply button. If you tap here, they are saying that on Android devices it does support a keyboard, but for the iOS devices it only supports the voice assistant, which will be activated when you tap and hold, and you will have to say send a WhatsApp message to iMAT, then it is going to write the message here. I would have really appreciated if they had also added the keyboard option for iOS devices too. But as of now, this is how it works for the iPhones. After that, we have the Maps application, and do remember that it does not come with GPS inside it. It is using the Wi-Fi network to show the location, and the location is actually accurate. You can even tap here if you want to search for a location. It does not allow typing. You can tap here, and after that tap and hold this mic icon to record Arcadian Cafe, and just like this it is going to write here, and now it is searching, and here you can see that it is now showing me the location for the Arcadian Cafe. So just like this you can select any location, and after that I'm gonna tap go here. I'm gonna go using a car. Now let's start navigation. And as you can see here, now it is showing me the path to go to the Arcadian Cafe. So here's how it works like. What do you think about this feature? In my opinion, it can come in quite handy while driving. After that we have the translate option. So let's translate English to Spanish. Hi friend, how have you been doing recently? So it's working quite well. As you can see that here it is showing the translated text. And the good thing is that it even plays the translated audio. As of now, these 3 are the only applications that you can use on it. If there are any new applications added in future, I will let you all know. So make sure you have the notifications turned on for that. The smartwatch is equipped with 4 GB of storage capacity. It's real 4 GB and equals 4096 MB of storage. So you can record sound on it, and not just that, you can store pictures, store music files, and also keep videos inside it. And the process is quite easy. Just connect it with your PC using the 4-pin charger, and it will connect just like a USB device, and you can transfer all of the files in it. Do remember, for videos it only supports AVI file format, and thanks to the 4 GB of storage capacity you can store a lot of songs in it. Another good thing is that it supports Bluetooth headset option, by which you can connect your wireless earphones with it and listen to the songs stored on the smartwatch directly on them. We also have the wallet or the My Business card option, by which you can store the QR codes of these applications and use those QR codes to share your social profiles or your payment codes to accept the QR code payments. Since a lot of you might have this question in your mind, it can be used as an NFC tag and can be used to unlock doors but it cannot be used for NFC payments. Then you can sync up to 2000 commonly used contacts in the smartwatch. We have the Find Watch option, and in the control center we also get the Find Phone option. You can use it here and the smartphone will start to ring. After that we get the live camera option, by which you can get a live preview of the camera on the smartwatch, and the speed is the best when it comes to the Apple Watch alternatives in this price range. Even the HK10 Pro Max Plus is slower than that. You can also flip the camera directly from here, and to click a picture you just need to tap here and it will click a picture, and it cannot be used for the videos. We also get many utility applications in it. First of all, we have timer, and you can set any time by tapping this plus icon, and when the timer ends it starts to vibrate. Honestly, I would have appreciated the ring option, but the vibration is good enough to let you know that the time has ended. After that we have calendar. Although it misses the reminders option, it would have been really nice. In the stopwatch application you can tap here to start it, and you can also add as many laps as you want, but the best thing is that it even runs in the background, which is not supported by most of the Apple Watch alternatives. You can also add alarms directly in it. Let's set up an alarm. In my opinion, it would have been nice if the time was automatically set to the current time. It resets to 00 every time and you'll have to manually set it. I'm gonna set it for 3:38. Let's confirm it. It does not have the option to use custom ringtones or use the songs you have imported as the alarm tunes. So let's wait for it to ring. So here's how the alarm is shown. It does not have the snooze option, but it vibrates, rings, and the ring is quite louder, and in my opinion it can even wake me up from sleep. And if it can wake me up from sleep, it can wake any of you up from sleep. We also have the calculator to perform the basic calculations, although the percentage option seems to be a gimmick, I guess, and it doesn't seem to work well for me. We also get the flashlight, which can come in really handy in the dark. Using the AI voice assistant, you can access the voice assistant directly on the smartwatch and run the commands like show me the weather for today. Then these applications can show the notifications from these applications separately. We have the decibel or the noise application, and it does seem to work quite well. In the end we get the world time application. You can also add more cities here, and the smartwatch also supports a lot of games. So if you're someone who likes to play games when they are free right on their wrist, then the smartwatch has got your back. In the end, it is advertised to come with a battery capacity of 300 mAh, and it takes around 1 to 1.5 hours to charge from 0% to 100%. They have advertised that 10 minutes of charge can last the full day for you, and I'm quite satisfied with the battery life. Even with the screen off dial enabled, this smartwatch can easily last you 3 days of battery life, while most of the Apple Watch alternatives last only 1 to 2 days with the screen off dial enabled. This smartwatch was at 80 to 85% yesterday morning. I've been working on this video since then. I recorded yesterday, I'm recording today, and the screen off dial has been turned on since then. I wore the smartwatch for 2 nights to test it, and it is still sitting at 28%, and you can see that even the screen off dial is enabled with network sharing, Bluetooth calling, as well as the notifications. So the battery life isn't an issue for this smartwatch. So guys, that's all from today's video. What did you think about it? In my opinion, they need to work on the watch faces and the UI and make it more like the latest version. Other than that, the smartwatch looks quite good. It has a real 4 GB of storage capacity, and the battery life is also quite good. And I think that it is better than the other Apple Watch alternatives we have in this price range. If you would like to get one for yourself, you can find the purchase link given in the description box below. If I missed out anything, you can let me know about it in the comments. For the upcoming videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you do not miss out on the upcoming videos. I will catch you in the next one.